Welcome users. In this content you are going to learn the need and purpose of colon classification developed by Dr. S.R.Ranganathan. Colon classification related introduction has been given by me in my previous content. To grasp the essence from the examples which I have used in this content may give a little bit of difficulty to the learners who are belonging to non-science discipline. It may be embarrassing one for the non-science discipline users. As you are aware, library and information science professionals are going to control entire universe of subjects. As one of the future LIS professional, you are going to control all subjects in your library. So developing the basic skills in all the discipline is the basic demand. Particularly colon classification demands the skills from the learners. You may be from arts discipline or science discipline, but you must develop your skills in both areas. All the universe of subjects related basic concepts must be learned by the classifiers. For example, in chemistry discipline, the elements related details need to be learned by the learners. The molecular formula, atomic weight, atomic number, electronic configuration, etc., etc. There is a lot to learn about the elements in chemistry. But there is a limitation for LIS professionals. You need not be an expert in chemistry subject or botany subject or zoology. But the fundamentals of these subjects need to be thorough. If you want to classify the subjects that fall under the discipline chemistry, you must be aware of the periods of element, group of an element, valency of an element. These are must. Without aware of these things, dealing the chemistry discipline subjects are not possible. That is the concept of colon classification scheme. Ranganathan idea was to retain the assets of the subjects. Particularly in chemistry, he tried to retain the assets of the document titles. The relationship between the facets have been maintained in colon classification scheme. The originality, without collapsing the originality of the document title, the column numbers can be easily structured with the help of colon classification scheme. That is the future of colon classification scheme rather than any other classification schemes. Ranganathan idea was good. He tried his level best to maintain the originality of the documents without collapsing the document titles and its relation in between the facets. He has structured the rules to control the facets in all disciplines. But as a learner, you must learn the basics of all the subjects. That's why I said, if you are belonging to science discipline, you should learn the non-science subject basics. If you are non-science discipline user, you must learn the basics of science, but you should know the limitation. You need not go through the molecular formula of the elements, whatever available in the chemistry. As I said, the group, periods, valency are very essential things to construct a class number for chemistry subjects. You need to practice again and again. Let me show how the different type of arrangements made by the librarians in the library in those periods. Say our Vice Chancellor has instructed to teach the subjects in the classroom using revised Bloom's taxonomy concept. I teach my subjects in the classroom using the Bloom's level. According to the Bloom's taxonomy, there are 6 levels. You are observing the levels. They help us to frame the learning objectives for the students. There are levels are the remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and creation. The remember is nothing but the classroom activities need to be recollected by the learners. The previous discussions may be recollected. The concept is, when you are thorough in the subject, you may be easily recollect the subject contents. If your understanding is good, you can recollect whenever they are warranted. At the same time, if you are able to recollect the subject content, that means you are clear in the subject. Your understanding is good. So do not forget. If you want to recollect, your understanding should be good. If you want to understand the concept, you must be able to recollect the subject contents. So in this way, the Blooms help us to teach the subject contents to the students. When you are able to understand some concept, it can be applied. If you want to apply, you must understand first. After applying the concept, the things need to be analyzed. In the analyzed part, the subjects need to be breakdown. The analyzed part helps you, particularly in the classification part. You can analyze all the facets and isolates clearly. So the levels help us to break down each and every object. If you want to evaluate, you must analyze. In the evaluation part, you can fix the errors. It helps us to find out the errors if anything is committed. The final stage is creation. If your evaluation is good, you can go for finalization. In this context, particularly the classification paper, the final level help the learners to create the column numbers. So let me explain the need and purpose of the classification using the Bloom's taxonomy method. So in this part, we are going to see how the documents have been arranged in the libraries in early days. See, which type of arrangement would be helpful? In the previous days, the librarians considered various techniques. the binding color, size of the document, title of the document, author-wise arrangement, and subject-wise arrangement. Various techniques were followed by the librarians to maintain the documents, and they tested whether it would be helpful or not to the library users. Let us see how the color-wise arrangement made by the librarians and whether it would be helpful or not. Let us see. See, you are watching the subjects with different colors of binding. The chemistry subject binding is identified by green color, and the physics is red, and mathematics is rose. See, these are the three different binding colors. For instance, you consider these subject bindings are available with three different colors. If you go through the apply part, see, the colors help us to arrange the document. When you have the limited number of documents in your home, it would be helpful to arrange the documents based on the color. But when the collection goes beyond the limitation, like the big libraries, every year the collection will be grown. So it would not be possible to maintain the documents based on the color of the binding. So when we analyze, these are the complications would be arised. See the screen. The mathematics subject has the division, algebra and calculus. Algebra is arranged under mathematics based on the color. But watch the subject calculus. The division calculus has green color binding, which is matched with the chemistry subject binding color. If we follow the color-wise arrangement in the library, these are the problems. The subjects are scattered and different subjects will be grouped under one location. So this would not be a helpful arrangement. So in the evaluation part, this type of arrangement is finally rejected. So we should not have this kind of arrangement in the library. Let us see the size-wise arrangement. See, three different sizes with different colors. Mathematics has one size, physics is another size, chemistry has one size. If you follow the size-wise document arrangements in the library, the same complications would be arised. See, the documents which are available under the chemistry, for instance, the documents related to acid and the documents related to salt. Acid size is different. The documents related to salt are matched with the mathematics subject size. So if we follow the size-wise arrangement in the library, these are the complications. The different subjects would be grouped under one location. It would not be a helpful arrangement. So in the evaluation part, it will be rejected. So we can't conclude. Let us go through the title-wise arrangement. See, title-wise alphabet can be followed for information retrieval purpose, but not arranging the documents in the library. The sources cannot be arranged based on the title. For searching and locating the document, this kind of arrangement would be good. Like as a catalog and index, we follow the title-wise arrangement, title code and author code. The subject is called, we follow the title-wise arrangement. But in the documents arrangement, the title-wise arrangement has various issues. See, the titles and the subjects class numbers are identified. Different subjects I have listed, which the subjects have been categorized along with the basic class number taken from the colon classification 6th edition. Just observe the arrangement of the titles. When we follow the alphabetical order, when the titles will be scattered. When the titles are scattered, the subjects also will be scattered. See, different subject titles are grouped under one location. This kind of arrangement will bring different subjects in one place. So this kind of arrangement is not possible. You can observe the sample. See, watch the sample database file where I have created some records. This demo will help you to understand why we cannot follow the title-wise arrangement in the libraries. The document should not be arranged based on the titles. As I said, the title-wise arrangement helps the users to access and retrieve. See, nearly 26 records, sample records are available in the database. They have been displayed. Observe the subjects. The different subjects and the titles are listed in the database. I retrieve all the items based on the titles. Now the documents are sequenced based on the title. Watch the subject's arrangement and its location. See, the first document retrieves chemistry. The second one is differ. At frequent intervals, the chemistry subject is scattered. So if you follow the title-wise arrangement in the library, particularly the big libraries, it would be complicated. All subjects would be scattered. If it is home, if you have a less collection, you can go for the title-wise arrangement. So it is clear the title-wise arrangement is not possible. So in the evaluation part, it would be rejected. Let me explain the author-wise arrangement. See, watch the screen. Some of the authors have been selected. See, the different subjects and the authors and their subject classes are identified. If we follow the alphabetization of the authors, these are the complications. See, the same problem, whatever we faced in the previous arrangement, the title-wise arrangement, would be occurred when we follow the author-wise arrangement. All subjects will be grouped in one place because the author may have a chance to have same name. The first name, second name may be matched. So if you follow the alphabet, the authors from different discipline will be grouped in one place. So it would not be helpful. Let me explain the subject-wise arrangement in the library. See, the arrows in the levels indicate, the right arrow indicates the weightage of the levels. Creation as high level, remember as low level. When comparing to remember, understanding has higher level. Like that, when comparing to understand, apply has more level. So these are the indications. The subject-wise arrangement help the librarians to maintain the systematic arrangement rather than any other type. For sample purpose, 3 subjects I have selected. The class numbers for their subject also identified. See, if we follow the subject-wise arrangement, it helps us to maintain the subject, the divisions, and other things. So like that, chemistry, physics subjects have been arranged along with the related divisions. See, in the evaluation part, it helps us to confirm the subject arrangement is the best arrangement. Not only the subject, when we apply the call number, it helps us to maintain the sequence. See, for mathematics, the related divisions are grouped in one location because of the call number, not only the subject. Within the subject, the call number helps us to classify. The sequence arrangement is possible when we have a systematic arrangement. See, let me show how the subject and the call number help the librarians to maintain the sequence of the documents in their libraries. See, you are watching the screen where the database helps us to maintain the documents in a systematic way. See, technology helps us to manipulate the data in any of the format. Access and retrieval is also possible. But in physical arrangement, certain things are necessary. The call number and subject. Some of the sample records already I have entered in the database, which are belonging to various subjects. See, the different subjects and the titles, call numbers have been entered for observation purpose. If you go through this, you can understand how the subjects help to maintain the document sequence, where how the call numbers helps to sequence the related documents under the same main class. Here I have retrieved the chemistry discipline documents. Some of the records have been accessed and retrieved. They are all belonging to the main class chemistry. See, in chemistry, I am going to extract aromatic compound documents, acid related documents, and salt related documents with the help of the call numbers. See, aromatic compounds, acid and salts are the divisions of main class chemistry. These divisions can be sequenced when we identify the right call numbers for the documents. The documents can be accessed and retrieved using different keywords. Here you are observing title-wise information access and retrieval. See, the purpose is, you must understand, when we use the title or keyword, it will not help to retrieve all related items. Chances are there to exclude some of the matched contents. But when we use the call number, it helps to bring all related contents in one umbrella. That means within the subject, the call number helps us to group the items. The grouping concept. See, under the main class chemistry, the aromatic compounds related documents have been sequenced. Just imagine in the library, the documents are physically arranged in this way. It would be helpful to the users to access the documents. Just exclude the call number. Imagine the title or the subject wise won't be helpful. It will never give the sequence like this manner. That's why the call number is the preferred item in the library to maintain the sequence. See, the artificially created notational system always helps us to maintain the sequence. Not only in the library. If you imagine, there will be no field exist without artificial notational system. Take your register number, take your Aadhaar number, take your voter ID, your family code, your driving license, your passport number, everything is artificially created notational system. But in library, some advanced level classification concept like column classification use different devices that help the librarian to manipulate the document titles for maintaining the systematic arrangement. That is the need and purpose of classification. See, now I have retrieved the salt related documents. See, in this way, you can arrange the documents in your library. If it is a small library, that means if it is a home library, you can have any kind of arrangement. But when you go for the big libraries like the college and university, the research centers, you need to maintain the systematic arrangement where the call numbers plays the major role. Do not forget. Subject alone will not help you to maintain the sequence. Within the subject, the notations need to be carefully applied. That's why Ranganathan says identification of the call number plays the major role. The right notational system helps you to maintain the sequence in the library. Ranganathan's colon classification gives the provision. If you observe the call number, you can find the hierarchical order. It is maintained by Ranganathan in colon classification. You can compare with any other classification system. The hierarchical structure is maintained by colon classification system. See, the classification need and purpose. It helps the librarians to find the documents and its locations in the self. The newly arrived documents can also find its location. When the documents returned by the users, it need to be replaced in the exact place. If the documents are available in the electronic format also, whether it's a e-books or e-journal, whatever the documents you have in the electronic readable format, that can be also maintained with the help of the call numbers format. The documents may be in electronic readable format. We may have stored it in the database, whether it's a bibliographical database or full text database or whatever the database we have. The data can be sequenced with the help of the call numbers. That means artificially created the notational system. In other branches, they always use IDs. You know, The IDs are popular in the technology world, particularly in the database sector. Often people prefer the term ID, the identification of the object. In library, we use the call numbers that act as an ID because it helps to group the related items, whatever fall under one discipline. Hope this would be helpful to you. Practice makes you the best. Practice again and again to understand the concepts behind the column classification. Wish you all the best.